Start the recording, start the streaming. A little bit, well, I shouldn't say a little bit late. I mean, I guess it is late because usually I start at 2. But recently I've been starting at 1:30. I found out my throat's a bit like, ugh, at the moment. So I was basically debating, I was like, should I stream today or not? And I was like, we'll go ahead with it. It doesn't feel too bad at the moment. So we're just kind of, I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm not even playing the chill hop music. Just immediately forgot. Open the page, nothing playing. That is too loud. That is too loud. We're gonna wait for the Discord notification. There we go. Yeah, I can feel it in my throat. My throat feels so like gravelly, like a. Ugh. I don't know how. Like, I know quite a few of my friends have gotten ill. Like after a holiday. Like apparently, I didn't know this. Like every single one of my friends became ill. After I came back on holiday, and I avoided it. But now I'm just like, am I becoming ill? I'm gonna do what I usually do when I become ill and just pretend I'm not. Just a power through anyway. And then through a power of gaslighting myself, I will not be ill. That's my overall goal. Is that gonna work? I don't know. But otherwise, we're gonna continue on with a bit of blueprints at the moment. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know. But yeah, while people start trailing in or not trailing in, I don't really know. The goals in blueprints are a little bit harder to pinpoint because we've done a lot of the things which we can feasibly do, I would say, but there's also a lot of things left which are much harder with sort of the whims of RNG making it permissible. So things I would say have been like, obviously we want to get the Sanctum keys. The second one, the Vault key, going to be the hardest one to get, but we're going to try. And then the fifth one being the one we don't know what it is. Which is what? So it's something to do with a throne, right? The fifth key is held by King on a throne. I remember that we also have a hint from a new clue book to dig up something by the West Bridge, which is the outside bridge. And we are trying to still collect information about the different regions and sigils. Apart from that, I can't think of any other ongoing mysteries we currently have. We still have the Dead End challenge, which I would like to try and do. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. That might be something where I'll need to like actually think up a strategy for it. Probably it would be amassing a load of resources, freezing it, and then on the next day getting lucky and finding like a study or a reroll based room or something. I don't know. Actually, that could be a way to do it. We get Monk's Blessing, we freeze our resources on a resource collecting day, and then call it a day in a study and bring that into the outside and immediately start with that. That's actually a good idea. So, it doesn't look like a usual crowd is here at the moment. Probably because I'm starting a bit later than usual. Maybe people think it's not going on. So we'll just vibe ourselves. We'll see what happens, and hopefully I won't die. Probably we'll just make it a shorter stream than usual. Just to make sure I don't wear out my voice or something. Happened very suddenly. I just sort of woke up and I had the scratchiness in my throat, and I was like, oh no. No. This is a foreboding thing for things to come. Foxlime, hello Foxlime. Glad of you to be able to join us as we continue on our way with... For some reason I thought I had 60 allowance, but I don't. Blueprints stuff. Spare Terrace, as always, we should try and make our way to Conservatory. Spare Terrace being a new upgrade that we got. And then over here looks pretty good, and this can basically be anything before the route. I wouldn't do dining room, I'll probably do break. We have Blessing of a Dance, so we can rotate things. Didn't notice a notification, but checked anyway if the stream is on. Ah. It didn't notify you? I don't know, to be honest, why that may be the case. Excuse me. But I'm glad you're here anyway. Let's check about Discord, actually. Did a notification properly. Okay, I'm looking here, but, like, I chose Toolshed because I wanted a shovel. Does not seem like we got the shovel. But I was doing just a quick recap of things we need to do. There's not many things I can remember, apart from there's, like, Buried by the Bridge, which this is the West Bridge. I think that's a West Bridge, now I think about it. I guess I don't actually know if that way's north for sure, but I just kind of assumed it. That clue we got from the book. And then also we're trying to still get our, whatchamacallits? Sanctum keys. Well, the only one really that feels plausible at the moment being the bank vault. Okay, so we didn't get the conservatory here, so we'll backtrack to the other side, see what we can get. I might as well draft this just to see what it may or may not be. Courtyard, West Wing Hall. I think West Wing Hall is fine here. Actually, I could have done storeroom because I forgot we had a break room which points centrally, but that's okay. Okay, terrace gives us an orange. Oh, it's like a fake terrace. I see. Because I was going to say, like, because the green rooms have to be done on the outside, I wonder how that's going to work. So they just painted in a fake landscape. Okay, I think we'll do Guy's bedroom. So we didn't get the tomb, so we're only going to get 2 of these, which is fine, but dice are always good. There it is. Hey, there's Nunwood. Sorry. Good evening, good evening. If I sound a bit sniffly, if I sound like my throat is a bit croaky today, I think I might be coming down with a cold. Maybe. I'm trying to will it not into existence, but I woke up today and I had a scratchy throat and I was like, oh no. But I feel alright to talk. Whoa. So we'll just keep on going, to be honest, until we crash and burn. So this is 30, 10. They love making things equal 1. 20, 10, 2, 2. It equals 1 again. They can't get enough of making it equal 1. Secret garden key is always nice. I will just continue on in this way. We could rotate the floor plan for the bedroom. I think there's no point. Because we have a reroll. We could do commissary here. In fact, let's do commissary because we want to try and get a shovel. If it sells a shovel, that's actually going to be good for us. Set of 4 gems is probably a good purchase here. But everything else should be a-okay. If light gives you oranges, you don't get scurvy. I hope you have a drink ready. I do have a drink ready. My litre bottle of water. Always have it ready. So we don't need to do mechanarium stuff. We could do lab just to get the experiment going. And in fact, that is what I'm going to do. Does give us security room access too, but let's see what experiment we get. These are all pretty bad, to be honest. I'm going to do the apple, then... Let's do spread dirt on the driveway, because if we're trying to get a shovel, this might be a fun one. If we can go back outside with a shovel and then just dig up everything. I forgot to do security room access, so let's just do that now. So yes, I remember like learning about scurvy back in primary school. For whatever reason, scurvy seems to be a very big thing. Like but the class had to do a presentation on pirates and scurvy. So everyone was just like, oh, like, I remember like we had poster boards outside the classroom. And then every year, for whatever reason, it was a thing I was taught about scurvy and pirate ships. I guess because it's more entertaining. So then there'd always be one time a year, like on that display board outside, just a load of kids' drawings of pirates with like teeth falling out and stuff like that. Just horrible things happen. That's all about scurvy. And I remember, like, I don't know why we did so much about pirates. Like we learned about like pirate based like punishments and things, like as like keel hauling or something, which is an absolutely atrocious, like literal torture, right? I think, which is basically you're dragged from the like the stern, the bow of a boat all the way to the stern or something, by a rope, just like scraping along the thing. And I mean, you mostly like die from it, I think. So there'd be like kids' illustrations of that and stuff like that. Why? I don't know. That's so British. Yeah, maybe. Genuinely, now I think about it, very bizarre situation. And why we did that, I don't know. Why so much of a focus on pirate ships? But to be fair, I guess it's a bit more interesting. Maybe for kids, appreciation for pirates. Secondary school is all weight room. Do we want to do weight room? It's probably a bit early to do so, but also at the same time, I know we need to look at the basement map pieces for fragments for it. I don't know why, but we need to. You know what? Let's send it. Because I remember there was one in here. Well, I guess we can pull this. I don't know if I have a thing for the basement fragments. No, it doesn't seem like I do. So I'm gonna make a new folder called Basement Map Fragments. We had some medieval knight stuff and Martin Luther, but no pirates. Yeah, I don't know why we did, to be honest. Oh, that's right. There's like a message on here at the top right. The 8th something and 2 hour. Okay, I can't remember where the other basement fragments are, but I know there's one outside, actually, now I think about it, which I probably do have a photo of. In the torch room? That seems right. The 8th angel points to our dreams. The 8th angel points to our dreams. So the 8th angel's the Grim Reaper one, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just blowing my nose. Oy. So maybe if we go back to the tomb, we should check it out at some point, to try and figure out what that means. But right now, we desperately need footsteps. So kitchen's probably very good for us to actually buy some food. Turn on the tap. Let the waters be running. If you have an aquarium, add morning room to the day's draft, but we should buy that because I don't actually think I know what that does. Club sandwich is good. Might as well buy the banana. So now we basically recovered all our steps again, which is good. We're going backwards just so we can sort of explore. I don't really care much to rotate this. I don't think we'll be backtracking through this way much, so I think chapel here is fine. Let's see. Drawing room? Morning room. Tomorrow, +2, tomorrow you start with 2. Hold on. Let's rotate everything. What? The morning room doesn't rotate? I'm going to click the morning room. I don't think we've ever had this room, so I do actually just want to see what it is. Vault key. Okay, now we need the vault. I don't know if that's a useful one. Upgrade disc. Okay, nice. Genuinely, I think the first time that we've ever drafted this room, so. Sunflowers, bottle, thermos. I don't even know what a morning room is, to be honest. seems to be covered with vines. Just a room to have breakfast in, I guess. 2 gems. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. Okay, hold on. Let's take a print screen of this as well. Might need to split up this folder as well. It's getting pretty big. Okay, so this is called the morning room. In the tomb, yes, maybe it's a Reaper or there is one we missed. I assume it must be that. I can't think of another time we've seen the Reaper apart from in the Geist bedroom that we have, but I mean that won't be there for everyone, so I don't know if that makes sense. Especially if it's an upgrade, which is like a one-time thing, presumably. Anyway, in the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert H.S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column Baron Bufflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcements of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation, for his niece and presumptive heir, the much beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Mrs. Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name Marion Marigold, enchanted her hearts and minds of children across the realm with her literary creations such as The Red Prince, Swinburne, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries. With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers. What? So 14 years old, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of metal and wit, it's clear that the young heir from Reddington Distinguished is in his own right, as last year's County Science Fair runner-up faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. More to follow. Everyone loves talking about our family. Okay, so it's an interesting room. The upgrade disc is kind of cool. The vault key is even cooler. So now basically if we see the vault, we draft the vault. No question about that. Or if we get deposit box, draft deposit box. We don't want archives, I don't think. I guess I'll take office. Well, maybe it's the time to redraft. Let's redraft. Hallway's pretty good. Just so we have something that opens out, because mainly this West Wing Hall is a very sort of fixed path. I want to have something where it's like, oh, we can actually plausibly get around, you know? Still haven't found a shovel, which is a bit annoying. The shovel is not meant to be this difficult to get. I think treasure trove is good here. We always like getting the treasure trove. I don't think there's any point opening that chest yet. We do have a lockpick, but even still. Dormitory. Each time you... Okay, bedroom is probably the best here. I'm not really sure what we're looking for. Oh, coin purse. Okay. Damn. Wrong order. If only I did that afterwards, but so be it. Do I even want the solarium? We don't need security either. I think let's rotate the parlour. Have it go upwards, you know? Any items here? Doesn't seem like it. I'm trying to think what other things we did in history. Like, this is in primary school. Because in secondary school, we just did World War II. But empty boxes both have false statements. Okay. The blue box is false. The white box is empty. Okay, let's say this is true. The white box is empty. No, let's start with this one. Let's say this is true. The blue box is false. That means the white box is not empty. Which means it's in here. And then the empty boxes both have false statements. You'd be empty, so you'd have to be false. But you don't be empty, so this must be false. So this is false. The blue box is false, so the blue box must be true, which is the white box is empty. This must be false. This must be true. This must be false. So it must be inside you. Yes. Roses are red, violets are blue. But blue box is false, so it must be inside you. Are we at the edge? We're not at the edge. Okay, we'll use a key. Don't really think we need the boiler room. So let's do observatory. Again, we're just looking for vault or the checking. What's it called? The thingamajig. Is that Draxus? That might be Draxus. So I'm not gonna do that one. What about checking first what it is? 24. Oh. It's Florealis Bloom of a Sky. I don't even remember what that one is. Don't forget to upgrade. Good point, thank you. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Okay. And they cost nothing to draft, so we should be drafting them more often. But it's basically just more gems, really. Okay. Make sure to use our upgrade disc. A very good point. What do workshop? Just what a chance of a shovel. It's a broken lever handle, which used to be so difficult for us to get, and now is very useless, in my opinion. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I think passageway is probably pretty good here, just for the amount of options it gives us. Security door, okay. With no way to bypass it. Garage? We don't really need steps. Let's do garage. We don't have any keys. We haven't found a break box either. Okay. So we can't go forward, so let's go backwards. Well, the starting cash we have, getting the shops might be good now. That's a good point. We do have a lot of money. In fact, secret passage, probably the perfect time to get a shop, right? I don't know what shop we necessarily want, but... we're just kind of low on a lot of resources, to be honest, but... Goldsing should be pretty good. It might give us, I don't know, showroom. We won't be able to afford it, though. Gift shop. It's pretty good. Because this is permanent upgrades, right? Which we need to buy. Just looks nice. Well, we might as well buy it. I don't know if we're going to get enough for a Swimbird plushie. Dare mode is also presumably another type of mode, which I don't think we'll be doing, but still. This is a good time for Secret Garden Key. Because there's no other time to really use it. We're not trying to get into room 46, so I think there's no point for us unlocking a thing. Plus we already have it open, so I guess we could get all of them open. I'm just trying to look for special flowers, but I don't see any special flowers around here. Oh, there it is. This one could be a dead end. I just want a shovel. Okay, we can't pick that. That's fine. We don't need to yet. Dining room? Why do we have two West Wing halls? Oh, maybe we added a second one at some point. I don't remember. Dining room is probably fine. I have realised that unless we get a key card or a breaker box room, we're kind of doomed. Well, we can get it on the above one, so we don't have to have it here. This gives us a lunchbox. And an easier way back out without having to backtrack. But... yes, we have to have either a breaker box here or a way of getting a key card in this room. Otherwise we're trapped, I think. Okay, utility closet. There we go. Is there any point on turning on the garage door? If we're not going to use it to get through. Okay, so where is our closest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's our closest terminal. So we do have to backtrack there. I guess while we're over here, maybe we can check out to see if those rooms have any fruits in. Oh no, spread fruits throughout the house. Okay. So it should be in any of the rooms. Okay. Easy. We'll make the backtracking worth it. I think it's only for opening the gate once. I guess that makes sense. So let's see. Do you see any fruit in here? Don't see any fruit in either of these rooms. There's no point going over there. Fruit? Apple? What it was that thing? Each time you eat an apple, you spread some dirt on the driveway. Nice. I say, still without a shovel. Probably 10 for 1 is so expensive. I'm not doing that. I will do that though. These gems are pretty good. I didn't actually check if there was a fruit in there. I hope there wasn't. I keep thinking this is an apple, by the way. This red pylon part. Okay. Can't see any fruit. Upgrading the lab? Yes. Let's see what room we got to upgrade. Cloister. Okay. It's not a room we see very often, to be honest. Cloister Reiner, Cloister Darja, Cloister Draxus. Raise your luck with each green room you draw from a cloister. Gain 2 stars for each room of an animal you draw from this cloister. I don't even know what rooms of animals are. Gain 4 dice for each dead end room that you will draw from this cloister. This is really good, isn't it? That seems crazy. Like, this one seems not that good because stars aren't actually that useful anymore. And also, there's not many rooms of animals. Like, what is it? There's the kennel. There's the aquarium. There's the bunk bedroom. I can't think of another room with animals in. Probably some of the green rooms might do, but... A pigeon, yeah, that's right. Dovecote. So that's 4 rooms I can even think of. What? So in optimal... So in an optimal scenario, we get 8 stars. That seems a bit pointless. Luck is interesting, because green rooms are... Well, the thing is, it's not actually that good, because it means we'd have to drop a cloister basically either on the edge to get access to most of the green rooms, apart from spare green room and... a courtyard, I guess? I don't know what luck means, but that's quite ambiguous. I assume it just means the percentage chances of things are greater. So, like, lock picking is easier. Probably you get better items, is my guess. I think Draxus is generally just crazy. I think dice rolls are really good. And because it's a 4-way intersection, having dead ends probably doesn't matter too much. It does turn it into a red room. But it's a pretty good red room, all things considered. Yeah, I'm going to choose Draxus. Plus, it will also look awesome, I bet. Part of me was also like, I wonder if I should have done the funeral partner just because it probably looks awesome. Because the one we have doesn't actually change up the look of it. We're also here because we need to connect to the security room, don't we? To actually turn off the doors and then put them on highest frequency. I still can't believe we haven't found a shovel. That's crazy to me. So yes, set security level high. I actually realised we already turned it off, so we didn't actually need to come back here to do that. But nonetheless, we have anyway. So apparently didn't do whatever room this is, which we can make a dead end room. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're gonna do planetarium. Banana. Okay. We're backtracking through. I also realised that this way is actually equivalent amount of steps because we have a bedroom here. But we might as well backtrack through here to try and get all the fruits. And we might as well open this, I think, at this point. Boxes marked with moon always contain false statements. The problem with the treasure trove is so many of them are green statements, which we don't know if they're true or not. Which is functionally quite useless. So what is this? This is a black moon. So even if this was true, which it might or might not be, it would be a paradox. Black moon. I wonder if this will actually give us something useful eventually. Bedroom, another apple. Really want a shovel. Okay, nothing in here. Workshop has no fruits. That's a secret passage. I don't know if we can see it in the garage, but nonetheless we progress forward. Boiler room, pantry. I guess I'll do boiler room. We have a lot of gems. We don't really need the boiler room, but it's basically just more intersections. Well, we don't need terrace, obviously. Dark room. Utility closet's a bit of a ways away. Do we need a walk-in closet? Why not? Because we got a t-shirt in here now, whatever that means. Just looks nice. Look at that. Our new t-shirt. Maybe it is just visual. It literally does nothing. Oh, another bank. A vault key. Okay, we really want the vault now. And a coupon book. Family Crest looks like a Space Invader. I kind of see it. I always think it looks like a pen nib from out far, but the holly bush in front of a mountain. Okay, so we have 2 vault keys. We really, really, really want the vault. Security is good to keep things open. We can go back if we need to. We don't need to at the moment, though. We might as well rotate and do trophy room, I think. Like, 8 gems for free is crazy because of our axe upgrade. Meaning that we don't have to pay anything for these anymore. We're just looking for vault. Music room is also probably pretty good. It might have a vault key, right? Prismatic key, okay. Sorry, prism key. I don't know if there's a particular shop. Sorry, not shop. Room we're looking for. So it's not probably too useful at the moment. So many gems. Casino. Wine cellar. It's probably a good place at wine cellar, to be honest. With so many gems, if we got a study, this would be great. But having 2 vault keys in this run is actually crazy. So if we don't actually get the opportunity to use them, I think that would be the saddest thing. Let's say, I'm going to say let's rotate the dark room. I don't want it rotated that way. I want it rotated that way. We need to backtrack anyway. because we need to grab a dining room food. But I think we'll also go to utility closet, so we'll go boom, 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 you know? That's the wrong way. Because I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk choosing the wrong room in there and then bricking the run, essentially. So while we turn it off, we can go back here or turn the dark room lights back on. Because we needed to backtrack anyway to make sure we can get the dinner. Of a salmon. We didn't get the aquarium, but 20 steps is still 20 steps. Can we get a black room with prismatic key? Probably not. That's an interesting idea. A black print. I don't know what black prints we even want, though. Because the only ones we have are what? Armory and treasure trove. Neither of which are like... Is there another one? Might be another one which I forgot about. Still missing one bedroom. This is the master bedroom, isn't it? Which I can't remember what the drafting conditions were for it. It might have just been super rare. So we've got the armory is a black one. The aquarium, I guess, would be a black room. Treasure trove. I still forgot about the closed exhibit. We got to do that thing. And tomb. Vault. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh no, vault's blue. It's also rare. Okay. Well, we can get blue with brisket. I thought that wasn't one of the options. I thought it was to be, yeah, green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or shop. I don't know if it works on the blue ones. Or at least, to me, it does not seem like it would. From my understanding of it, but... I could be wrong about that. Didn't say blue, so bad luck. And it's basically anything it seems like we can get from the secret passage we can get with it. I can't go with archives, can I? Archives is a risk, but it's also probably the... It's actually probably not bad, because it opens up 3 different ways. Because we know the vault cost 3. So if we see it as an archive room, I think we should take it. Like, if we see anything with a free cost, we should take it. Study. Study's pretty good. Treasure map. Also, there are items in the dark room. Thank you, I didn't even notice. So what room is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I think we have that room. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a utility closet, okay. There's items in the dark room. Oh, yes. Oh, security pass. Okay, archives. I'm worried about keys, if anything. I don't want to use a prism key on that if I don't have to. Okay, let's redraw. Is drawing room good here? Gives us an extra reroll. Okay. And it also gives us a gem. Oh, locksmith could be good. Because we might need keys. This one would be how many? Be 3 keys? We might need that. It kind of nullifies the redraw. I think that's fine though. I don't want to be locked out from these other rooms. Don't spend the money on boys. Yeah, actually, in retrospect, saying it like that, probably locksmith would have been better, but oh well. Okay, so redraw. Redraw. That's probably pretty good. If we need more crystals, we don't really. We're basically trying to do vault or bust at the moment, aren't we? This could give us more dice, so maybe we should take this and then try and re-roll the other direction. So use an actual key here. We have enough keys now to make it through the rest. Okay, classroom's actually probably good here, because this gives us 2 free re-rolls. I can't believe we didn't find a shovel either. Okay, so fire with quite a few re-rolls. Master bedroom. Ah, we can't choose it now. I would love to choose it now, but we can't. We have to go for the vault. So we can only use 4 of these. Oh. Because we can vault one of the vault keys. And we get a shovel. I don't know if we can make it out again is a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we can make it out again. But this basically is like, we don't think we're going to get any more vaults. But we also have 2 keys as a thing. The run ends anyway if we get it done. Yes. We are trying to dig something up. There's something we can dig up, which is the West Bridge, the new clue book. We don't know what it's digging up, but it's something. I think this is a good way to cut our losses. We do this, we can get that other task done of a West Bridge shovel. We can deposit one of the keys, not both of them. Because, I mean, we've only got 3 rerolls left. What are the chances? We're basically trying to weigh up. What are the chances we get in 3 or 4 more room drafts, we get the vault as an option? And the answer is not very likely, because it's a rare room. So I guess that's actually a pretty good reason for me to choose Solarium when it comes up. So it's basically we either gamble in 3 or 4 rooms, we get the vault, and then we can open up both bank keys. Or we choose this, it ends the run, we can still open one of the bank vaults, but not both of them. And we can use the shovel to dig up the thing. That's basically the debate we're having. It'd be really good if I had one more opening somewhere. You caught a cold, so you caught a cold, so I guess we are not lucky today, so go save. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a code check, to be honest. It's a safe play. It will give us guaranteed progress. But basically, which vault key should we do? 233? 304? 233? Sure. Hopefully we'll find the other anyway, so. No reason, I just like a number 3. Okay. Yeah, there's no other way for us to get a vault key. this Volky down. So that's okay. We're cutting our losses. We're heading backwards. And we're gonna go dig up whatever it is outside. Is it this way? That's probably the easiest way. There's no point digging up the dig spots either, actually, now I think about it. Even though we have a detector shovel, it's just going to give us more keys and gems and stuff, which we don't really need. But we'll pass the secret garden anyway, so we might as well dig up these ones. Could give us a turnip, maybe if we need a lot of steps. Might be important. Pretty decent run. All things considered. Now we'll see how much dirt there is on the driveway. The circle number? I don't even know what that means. Wow. Look how many apples we ate. Basically, I'm just looking for a turnip. Just to make sure we have enough steps to do whatever we need to do. I think it's the first time we've actually chosen this one to spread dirt on the driveway. Okay, no turnip it seems. Oh, I see. The circle number pi equals 3. Are you an engineer by chance? I'm sorry, am I too much of a mathematician to treat pi as 3? But yes, okay, I think it was by the West Bridge. I don't remember the exact clue, but it's like besides West Bridge. No, buried beside West Bridge. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a microchip. A small data microchip buried in the old jar. Okay. In fact, I am. Could hardly tell. Only engineers say pi equals 3. And I will silently tusk you from over here, so. It's a joke from The Simpsons. Is it? I didn't know that. So I guess it makes sense for it to be a microchip because the other court cloak, what is going on? Castle. Court. Cloak. Castle. Okay, what? It does say castle in that room, the chessboard room, which I don't really know what that means, but still. But the new clue also had a hint for smashing a vase at the beginning of the entrance hall. So I guess it makes sense for it to be a microchip is what I'm saying. Cloak. Castle. Court. Look at all these colours. That's a fancy door. So this is how we are still only 1/3 of the way through the game. Even more mysteries. Everyone, I need a sip of water. I'm actually running out of water right now. So I had to get more at some point. This is so loud, game. I hope we have enough steps to actually explore whatever this is. Orindian ruins. Okay. If not, then we'll do it at the start of next run. Presuming it stays open. What is this? Throne room? Reclaim the crown? You found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add throne room to your drafting pool? Oh, this must be the sanctum key. Sanctum key number 5's location, right? Because that was... Hold on, let me find the clue. The clue is the 5th key is held by a king on his throne. And I thought it meant the Red Prince book in the nursery. But it probably means this room. Which is interesting, because you could not add this to your drafting pool. Another black room as well. Starting tomorrow, throne room will be permanently added to your drafting pool. This is also the Orindia sigil, well, center part of the sigil. Okay. Interesting. Nothing else to do with these ruins? I don't believe you. Is that a button? Why is there just a random circle there? Why is there a circle here? Why is there a circle there? Are these just blemishes or are these patterns? You can never trust anything in blueprints. Like, there's probably something super secret around here. But okay, so I guess that's our next goal as well. We're starting tomorrow in the run. Let's try and get the throne room. I don't know how rare it's going to be. It doesn't even appear in the room directory. I guess we'll have to look at it tomorrow. Because if it's like a super rare room, then really, we got to prioritize Solarium. Apart from that, I think we'll call it a day. I don't think there's anything for us to do here. That's not what I expected behind it. I thought it would be like a whole nother sort of layer, like a sanctum. But let's call it a day. Pretty good, pretty good. We managed to get. I do like how the temporal chateau of the dead. Temporal is such an interesting word here. I do like how the microchips, the ways you get them are both using very basic tools near the beginning of a game. But you just didn't know about it, you know? What new room did we get? Oh, what new room did we draft, I mean? Unless it counts the throne room. I don't know. Okay, let's get the throne room. And also, I'm going to go get some water. And everything, so everyone take a break, draft kitchen as they say. And I'll be back in just a minute. Hello, I'm back. Hello, Finch dear. Welcome. DeerDarling's at the waterhole to get water. That's a very funny thing. Like we're out on the Serengeti or something. I don't even know if there are deers in the Serengeti. It doesn't. Now I think about it, I don't think that makes sense. But yes, we've got the throne room now. Let's see if it's actually added. It is. Oh, it's super rare. Okay, 5 cost. Okay, that's probably a good crown target, axe target then. Gazelle, darling. I do like gazelles. If there was only a pun we could make with gazelles, maybe I would have been called Gazelle something in a different life. Okay, so this is a rare room, which is going to be difficult to draft. So I guess we really do need solarium and or conservatory appearance. 5 gems is also crazy. But the thing I was thinking, it says reclaim a crown, and the sanctum key, we need to, it says the 5th key is held by a king on his throne. Oh, wait, no, I remembered it wrong. For some reason, I thought it said king with his crown on the throne. So I was basically thinking, like, do we have to get the crown and then go to the throne room and back to sanctum key? Because, like, all of the sanctum keys have been a bit of a challenge, you know? What is shelter here, I think? To get, like, you had to do something special, like music room on the last rank. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like get into room 46, get the crown, and then come back out or something. And go into a throne room, and then you can get the sanctum key. But I don't think I should make too many judgments or like aim to do that before we've actually drafted the room itself. I'm more curious about what other elements that room has, which is useful, because it doesn't give me much about what it actually does. But also, wow, these kind of suck. Well, we're definitely doing gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in our house. I think we'll do it while trash or digging, because if we do it by a bypass security door, we probably have a way to actually get past the security doors, and thus don't need the keys as much. This is a pretty terrible experiment though, so we're not even really going to focus on it all that much. But yes, basically, if we see throne room, it doesn't even matter what else we're doing, we're drafting throne room. It's a rare room, it looks like it's very important for final sanctum key, so we basically just have to draft it. There's no question whatsoever regarding it. But I would like to axe it if possible. How many things have we axed? We've axed 2 things, right? I think Fox mentioned. Well, I don't know if I should say your full title, Fox Slime, in case we get more foxes in the future. We'd said that we can only do it thrice, right? Because I'm pretty sure we did attic. Which now I kind of regret. I kind of wish I did it with a cloister. No, cloister doesn't have a gem cost. What? I thought cloister cost 3 gems. Or was it that cloister Draxus cost no gems? Anyway, not point. But I think we've done attic, right? And we've done trophy room. Or have we done... did we not do attic, maybe? Maybe we didn't do attic. I would be surprised though, because attic, like this one, yeah, it's been axed definitely. Am I blind? I can't even see the attic. I must be blind. Oh wait, is it a fountain room? No. I must be blind. Oh, here's attic, and we axed that. So yes, we've only got 1 more axe usage left, theoretically. So I think trophy room's a good one to use it on if it costs 5 gems. I wasn't paying attention to the stream at all, trying to solve an unrelated issue, but I just heard you talking about me. I just mentioned that you said that we can only axe 3 rooms. And I was just trying to think, like, is it worth using it on the throne room? And I think yes, unless the throne room is really like a inconsequential room to be axing. But it costs 5 gems, so I mean, It's like the second most expensive room. Yeah, we'll do parlor. I hope you're able to resolve whatever issue you're currently working on, though, Fox. Like, I'm also like not sure how, like, should I be calling viewers by like just a short thing? Like, instead of saying none word, should I be calling you none? Instead of Fox time, should I be saying Fox? Vinch dear. Well, I can't call you dear, Vinch dear, so I guess you'd have to be Vinch, unfortunately. The blue box has 2 false statements. The box with 2 true statements has gems. The black box has a false statement. The gems are not in the box with 2 false statements. The white box has a true statement. The black box has a true statement. Let's say this is true. Fully true. Then one of these is true, one of these is true. That can't be possible, because one of them needs to be fully false. So you must be at least partially or fully false. Okay, noted. The black box has a false statement. The gems are not in the... Well, okay, that's... Like, we need that one up last. The blue box has 2 false statements. If we say that statement is true, then that can't be true. So that must be false. The box with 2 true statements has the gems, which is not that one, and it can't be this one. So we could just 50-50 and see if it's this one. We have 2 parlor keys, so we might as well. It's not that one. So blue box has 2 false statements. Could these both be false? If these are both false, then that's no longer true. So this must be a false statement. The box with 2 true statements has the gems. So either this one doesn't have 2 true statements, or that is false. So this must be fully false. Probably. So that's false and true. So this must be fully true. Has a false statement. It does, the top one. The gems are not in the box with 2 false statements, which is this one. So it must be in this one. So it must be in here, I think. Because you have 1 true, 1 false statement. Okay. These are getting really difficult, huh? I think guest bedroom's here. It's fine. What do we even draft outside? Shelter. Okay, noted. Ooh. What are you pointing at? I wonder if there's a secret here. Like, is there a secret compartment or door here? Because it did say the 8th angel points to our dreams. We are in a bedroom which dreams. But I think it can't be right, because not every playthrough will get this upgrade. So it would feel weird to lock crap out from people if they didn't choose this upgrade. You know? But from a game design standpoint, it seems a bit strange to me. Spare terrace is pretty good. We can't really see the table from here. But I want to go to the other corner first, just in case we get conservatory. Which is a fantastic room. I wonder if it's worth re-rolling for conservatory. I think we should. I think we should re-roll for conservatory. Because conservatory is really good. Well, solarium's also pretty good. Okay, noted. But like, conservatory is like a future investment run, and we're basically doing runs which are all about future investment at the moment. So it's sort of like, why wouldn't we, I guess. Okay, so we've boxed ourselves in to only have 1 way forward, which is obviously not great, but looks like this always spawns with a fruit as well, which is nice. I'm gonna do workshop. Again, a broken lever, which we really don't need anymore. Always good here. We'll go left first. We do need more keys though. I don't think those are the right way I want to get keys. I want to keep paths open. Wine cellar? Okay. I mean, I guess it's a fine place to do wine cellar. How many dead ends do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we could try doing a dead end run. Probably easier said than done. freezer counts. No. Because we don't want to use the freezer stuff. I mean, we could do it here and do it later, maybe? As our ladyship's room only spawns left row, I think master bedroom only spawns right side. That does sound familiar. I think it told us in the conservatory, but I can't really remember. What a drawing room. I think we should basically be maxing out our rerolls to try and get a chance for throne room. And I also guess the other room as well, that what's it called? The security fake throne room. Anyone remember its name? I don't remember its name. Oh, I forgot we had shelter. We could have taken some of those red rooms. That's fine for another West Wing Hall. We're like making our way up to the other corner now. Vault. Okay, we choose Vault. And now we just need to find the coat check and or the check-in the rooms. Showroom would also be really good here. We have so much money. But yes. Pretty good. No keys. Sure, why not? Let's use it on this one. Wow. Okay. That's pretty lucky. Number 233. Sorry, my phone just vibrated. Was that something? Is this something I need to pay attention to? Let's see. Okay, 233. 233. 233. Let's see. Non-word, if your guess is the best one, are we going to get a sanctum key? We've got allowance and a lot of money, I think. Another passport. Fenaries. That's another sigil. Oh, we already have Fenaries' sigil. Oh, whatever. Not a sanctum key, but that's fine. Not that we have anything to do with a sanctum key at the moment. International passport. Compromised. That Grey Daniels. Parisian. Okay. Sure. What box is this? Box 233. I wonder if the money is a one-time thing and I shouldn't have picked it up yet. Okay, Samantha Hayes. Okay. Well, we don't need the coat check for anything else at the moment, I don't think. We just need keys at this point. I mean, if we're trying to do the dead end run, this would be a good place to get a load of dead ends. How many do I have? 1, 2... How many do we need? 20, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 6 of them. At the moment. Okay. We're also running out of steps that I'm a bit conscious of. It's perfect time to draft weight room because we'll be sheltered. Locked. This can be a dead end. Exactly 2 green rooms. We have exactly 2 green rooms. So now we're 20 gems, which is just an absurd amount, to be honest. Okay. We just need keys and steps, really. Let's do close to Draxus, unless this draft dead ends it. There's also something like a way we can get into here, but I can't remember what. It was like we had to press the columns on each side, but I don't remember which ones. Clock tower or hallway? What do clock tower? Is there any point of us going in the clock tower? Oh, there might be an item at the top, that's true. Okay, what's this? A compass. I don't know if I've taken a picture of this for my sigils folder, but I should. So at some point we're gonna have to figure that all out. Okay. We obviously don't need to do the clock puzzle again. But wasn't there a way, like, to get in? I can't remember where we saw it. So if anyone can remember, that'd be really good. I'll check my notes. But we saw a note which was like, press on the columns here and here to enter again if you forget how to. Locksmith. Lockpick kit. Let's see what a special key is. Also, if we get chapel and showroom, this might be a good time to try and get the showroom buyout item challenge. Not anymore, because I just bought a load of keys, but does anyone remember where we saw this hint to press on the columns? Oh, there we go. Oh, allowance. So we got 52. We got a thing. Okay. I don't even remember where we found that hint, but we found it somewhere. Okay, courtyard. I think we should maybe try for the dead end run then. We have 8 dice rolls. Mr. Nagula, if you're reading this, it seems the day has finally come, and we're close to at long last getting some much overdue maintenance. I have left you a literal token of appreciation to serve as positive reinforcement, which should grant you a bit of extra spending money each day while working on the estate. We've learned from our dealings with your predecessor that it is much cheaper in the long run to be generous. Nice. Okay. So, how many dead ends do we need? 20, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll probably get 8, 9 or something there. We just need enough steps, basically, to make it through the entire thing. So, in fact, I think we should get more keys. No, actually, 9 keys is probably enough with a lockpick set. Throne room. Okay. Well, it's a no-brainer. It's the king room. Sanctum key. Oh. Ah. I see. So that's the alternative way to open up room 46. Instead of going down to the inner sanctum. Is this it? I honestly thought there might be more. Okay, so where is... Antechamber. Okay. What is this? Reservoir? Get out of here. So, this is... You can't see my notes, but... The second one is... Throne room. Nice. It says reclaim crown probably because it opens room 46. That makes a lot of sense. I was just thinking if we should try and come back here with the throne. With a crown then. I don't know if it'll be possible, but... You know what might also be a good idea to do for the dead end thing? One, is this Draxus? I don't know. 25 is not. 25 is something... It's key? What's this? 4 room. Slice. That. Apple. Did you see the lever behind the throne? I did. We did collect it. Okay. I think we should try and make... like a... Do we have any more shelter uses? I don't think we do. If we do passageway here, we can do dead end. I basically want to build up a load of passages. Like we do this, then do dead end here, build up something which also is a 4-way, dead end, you know? That's what I'm trying to imagine. So breaker box. It's a good dead end room. Keycard system. I don't know if we want it on or off though. Definitely want this. We haven't run into a security door yet. We haven't even run into a terminal. Okay, we should probably turn it off though. I didn't notice my bad. Also, hi, hello toy then. We're doing a lot of different mixed things at the moment, I would say. These aren't great. Let's try and redraw 4-way. Like a rotunda or Great Hall. Great Hall's probably pretty good. Because this gives us a way to actually unlock the whatchamacallit, should we need to. Okay, can't open that one. Can't open that one. Can't open that one. What's even the point then, huh? We want some dead ends. None of these are dead ends. So let's redraw for a dead end. Let's try and redraw for a dead end. Like a walk-in closet. Cupcake? 10 steps. Whoa, okay. Increase our luck. Do you think this will retroactively work on the locked doors? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so this one will actually be something useful. You still got 8 dice. Yes, yes. I really want to get study. I think is a big thing. And if we can get to room 46 and go back to the throne room with a crown, I don't see why we shouldn't try it. It doesn't tell us how many shelter usages we have left though, is a problem. Well, we might as well open these. One of these will not be useful. I mean, this has made it neutral. So this is the useful one, yes. So we want this to be a dead end. Servant quarters, pretty good. We can't take freezer yet. At least we can't walk into freezer without it being troublesome. Oh, metal detector, okay. Okay, so ideally this is locked and we can use a silver key on it to get another 4-way room. We'll do rotunda. I think that's probably the easiest one. And we do want this to be a dead end. So I guess dormitory? I don't think we've ever drafted this room before. Hall pass. You will not lose things when traveling between two adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from adjoining hallway do not cost an additional thing. Okay. Don't think we've had this room yet. It's got a new book though. Drafting strategy 2. Okay. That is one we don't have. So where is this? Dormitory. Drafting strategy 2. We can't see the front cover, but that's fine. My type of room. As architects, we know that designing a building is a complex and multifaceted process. From the layout to the details, every decision we make can have a significant impact on the final results. Perhaps that's why we're always looking for ways to improve our craft and refine our ideas. With this edition of Drafting Strategy, we're excited to introduce a useful concept that can take your designs to the next level: room subtypes. While you've previously explored the use of coloured floor plans to categorise the basic kinds of rooms, in this issue we'll be examining architectural symbols which can be used to further classify and differentiate the types of rooms in your house. I see. So this will be like the schematic rooms, the tomorrow rooms, and the puzzle rooms. These symbols provide the draftsman with a visual way to indicate the purpose and function of a room, whether it's a designated workspace, a utility room, or a conundrum. These subtype symbols can communicate the intended use of a room at a quick glance. By including these symbols on your floor plans, architects can make it easier for contractors and builders to understand their vision and bring it to life. But the benefit of floor plan categorization goes beyond just clarity. By understanding and identifying subtypes, architects can craft strategies that surpass the surface level simplistic approaches commonly used by inexperienced drafters. The craft of a draft. Drafting rooms are floor plans that affect the draft pool, or the drafting process. As such, they are spaces that are often designed for activities related to academic pursuits and research. Some of their common features include floor plan redrawing, draft pool manipulation, and rarity adjustments. As students of the art are drafting, aspiring architects can greatly benefit from the knowledge, experience, and learning opportunities that these rooms offer. In a class of its own, academia isn't only found in the mountains of Croatia. Classroom is a great example of a scholastic strategies that this type of room has to offer. Not only does it provide synergy for other drafting rooms, but it's also a valuable source of information and knowledge. Did you know? The classrooms you'll find will fall under one of 8 different grades, ranging from first grade to the culmination of your academic journey, grade 8. However, there are rumours of an additional annex classroom at Mount Holly Elementary, used solely for exam and student testing, but finding it has been near impossible as it requires drafting more than 8 classrooms, which we can do, because now we've added a classroom via the drafting studio. But we've not done a classroom rerun yet. Shifting gears, Architectural Digest to mechanical rooms. Far from the pristine white pages of academia, the mechanical world is a rugged industrial space marked by the symbol of gear and stained with a grime of heavy machinery. I also just realised that this seems to be suggesting that it's a final exam, right? Which does make sense because I think there is a trophy for it, so. These floor plans prioritise function over aesthetics, and the design of each mechanical room reflects this focus on efficiency. These rooms serve as command centres for state operations housing the control systems that keep everything running smoothly. Boiler room, 3-way ducts, split ducts 3 ways. Boiler room is a known power source because it provides steam power to various rooms of a house. Steam is conveyed room to room via ducts that run across the ceiling and can be transported across great distances as long as you continue to string together rooms that contain power ducts. So when you're in a room, look up, there might be a duct. Do you know that drafting room from a door that is steam powered will increase the likelihood of drafting rooms with ducts? Oh. No Town Like a Future, Architectural's Digest Guide to Tomorrow. Some rooms offer long-term benefits rather than immediate resources. These floor plans, known as tomorrow rooms, are considered an investment for the future, and they offer the forward-thinking architect a number of strategies that will pay dividends down the road. Strategic planning is critical to drafting success, and knowing when to forsake the current day's progress to set yourself up for a prosperous future is a critical decision that each architect will encounter. Time freeze. Nothing better exemplifies setting yourself up for tomorrow at the expense of today than a freezer. But drafters who may not want to totally abandon their current day's progress will be pleased to know that there are a few clever ways to manipulate frozen assets. Entering furnace or sauna after drafting freezer will throw away any frozen gems or gold you are carrying, and you'll once again be able to use them. If you still wish your accounts to carry over the next day, you'll have to refreeze your assets by re-entering a freezer. Right. If furnace is drafted within a few ranks of freezer, then the temperature will start rising and everything will melt, including your assets. If temperature gets too high, refreezing will no longer be possible. Okay, noted. Yes. Wait, does freezer work by when you draft it? It freezes your accounts, or when you walk into it? Because I don't remember now. Because it will probably be relevant now. We're trying to do some dead ends. Perplexing plans. Any architect who lost a challenge inevitably ends up drafting a few puzzle rooms in their house. These floor plans marked with only a single enigmatic jigsaw piece, like accompanying text and explanations, as if to suggest that even understanding a room's function is part of a puzzle. Some puzzle rooms, like parlour and billiard room, become increasingly difficult as you solve them, evolving over time as you progress. It's all information we know so far. Spreading your wings. The final type of room we will cover is a spread room. The floor plans enable the architect to spread out items among many rooms. When items are spread, they are only placed in current active rooms in the house. The number of items that are spread is determined by the number of rooms in your estate. Waiting until your house is bigger will provide larger spreads. Strategies that employ spread rooms are often centered around travel and backtracking. Okay. Words of the author. I want to use this segment to thank all our readers for the wonderful mail and feedback we received after we sent out our very first issue of Drafting Strategy. It's incredibly rewarding to create something that is appreciated. Even more rewarding to know that somewhere out there a young architect is reading our magazine and getting inspired to build something of his own that may one day, in turn, inspire others. When I was a child, I vividly remember the experience of reading the memoirs of a court's grand architect, Louisa T. Rayland. To say it changed me is an understatement. It had a profound effect on the way I view the world and the spaces within it. We each draft our own dreams as child, faint sketches on blurry blueprints illegible to all, especially ourselves. And our purpose? Well, it's hidden in the floor plans of our youth. I see. So. Interesting. Well, okay, well, good stuff. I think what we'll do then, we'll rotate round. We're still trying to get enough dead ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 probably here, 14, 15. So we need a way which sort of goes over here. 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know if we can even get 20 unless we... I don't know if we can get 20. I don't know if we can do this drafting strategy thing. I think I've set the rooms up wrong. To be fair, I didn't know I was doing it until we got over here, but... Do we need 20 or is it 21? I wonder. Because I think even if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, what if we then got through the antechamber? Because we could have one that goes left and go upwards. If we open up the doors to the antechamber, I think we basically need Secret Garden to do that effectively, but... Furnace? I think we have to choose Furnace here. Because we don't have many rerolls left. I don't know if it'll be sheltered. Is it sheltered? It is sheltered. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if it's possible for us to get enough dead ends for the challenge. We have no more shelters, so the archives we kind of need. It's either that or we do vestibule, but I don't really know how vestibule works. We'll take a risk on the archives. Not sheltered, but I think it'll be okay. I say vaguely, not actually knowing if it'll be okay. It freezes at drafting and re-entering freezes if it melted. Freezes at drafting, okay. Well, we don't know if any of these are dead ends, so we'll have to re-roll. We could do a dead end like this, to be fair. Oh, it's conservatory. I don't think we can do the dead end thing. Like, I think we need a better setup for it, to be honest. So I think it's probably better we just cut our losses and do conservatory. Maybe try and even get into the antechamber. I think it was a bit ambitious to do the dead end thing with basically no setup. Okay. Worth a try though. Because if I just set it up a little bit better at the beginning, I think we could have actually genuinely done it. But it does mean that, like, we'll probably be able to do it pretty reasonably. Otherwise. Well, conference room's a pretty good room. I'm actually okay with making it a bit more common. Great Hall, I don't know if I want it to be any more common than unusual. Wine cellar's also pretty good, but I think it's not as good now that we have trophy room. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think we need to make these bit. If anything, I would make Great Hall standard, but like you need a lot of keys. I think that's fine. I don't think those are crazy. To do. I don't even know what room we're looking for now. Which way did we open up? To the antechamber. We might as well try our room 46 theory. Great Hall. Okay, so we did do the Great Hall one, so we should at least try and get something which goes forward, like the showroom. And we can actually deposit one of these. Do we have anything we want to preserve? Not enough, I don't think. Anyway, let's test our theory. Let's grab a throne, let's go to the throne room. Sorry, grab a crown, go to the throne room. I forgot what this does now. First time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft. Cool, okay. That was it. And then, if you do, gain one and redraw. Okay, let's go back to the throne room now. I think let's take the emerald bracelet and let's put it in the check-in. And then let's just go. I don't even know what other rooms we might want at the moment. Do we have a dining room? We don't have a dining room. Are you even reading the chat? Patience is a virtue, I say. I wonder if you'll ever protect yourself from a laboratory effect. Maybe. We could choose vestibule just to see what it's like. Whoa. What the? So these two are open, but this one... I see. That's very weird. But presumably we can reset it. Like this. So now this one's locked, I see. And it'll be locked every time. I don't even know what room we're looking for, to be honest. Hall pass. Sure, why not? What's the secret passage? Well, it doesn't go anywhere, so there's no point in doing the secret passage. Okay. We're going back. This wrong way. What's like an end goal for this game? Do you have to escape? Well, it's a ever shifting, I would say, goalposts of a sort of game, where the initial one was to actually get into that room 46, where we actually picked up the blue crown in the first place. But we have long since managed that. We might as well go into a dormitory for more steps. And now basically it's sort of like the more you keep going and you keep finding different things, different challenges, mysteries and tasks to uncover. So really it never stops, I would say. Well, I mean, it probably stops eventually, but for now it doesn't stop for us. Oh, I really thought taking the crown in here would do something. I guess it doesn't. Okay, well, we do have a sanctum key, right? We should make it back. We should actually go and deposit it somewhere. So this is number 5. So the only one we have left is the bank vault, which is going to be difficult. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the games where the rabbit hole goes extremely deep, and it's essentially you call when you're happy with how much progress you've made. I don't know what that will be for me yet, because I obviously don't know what all the puzzles are in this game. I don't know like how deep rabbit hole goes. My general rule of thumb is basically when I need to, when it feels like solving the puzzles gets tedious rather than fun, that's probably when I will not continue. I'll be like, I'm satisfied with how far I made it into the game. But let's deposit off our 7th sanctum key. We've only got 1 left for bank vault. So we can cross it off on our list. Okay, so we can also write down what it is that it's thrown. Thrown room. We can say we've ticked it off. Then the vault is the only one left. Oh yes, the vault is the other one we actually have a sigil for. So now we'll go back up, and I guess we'll just try and get a vault key. I don't know if there's like rooms which have higher chance of getting a vault key apart from maybe the music room, but we've not been lucky enough yet. Apart from that one run where we actually got 2 vault keys but didn't get the vault. I don't think there's any other. We do want to make it back to the code check, but I don't think there's any other things we need to do. We have 3 dice, so we might as well try and reroll for music room, I guess. And yeah, I'm just trying to think where we found the vault keys before. We found them in such random places. So I assume it must be something like it has a chance of replacing an actual key or something. There might be more rhyme and reason to it, but I don't know the rhyme and reason, so I won't deign to guess. But yes, we just want to make it back up to the vault. Well, back up to the code check, really. And then we'll see where we go from here. Well, we know this is a dovecot then. Well, we might as well redraw it. Freeze our accounts. I guess we could. It's only going to carry over 5 gems is like a decent amount to carry over. Alright, fine. We'll freeze our accounts. Because the run's basically over anyway. The only thing is we're rerolling here for what? For music room? Don't think there's any other thing which would be useful for us. Let's see what this archive one is, because the others are not useful. Oh, it's attic. Okay. So this is not going to pick up. Just fine. Electric battery. Gem. Coupon book. Gem. Treasure map, which we don't really need. And also don't have a shovel for. Load of coins. Key. Yes. Okay. So, with that, we will pop these down. Pop the emerald bracelet in the coat check, I think. How close are we freezing the furnace? A couple ranks away. Wasn't it? It has to be in the same rank or something to... there's actually a point at which I'll say you've gone down deep enough. A point is yet to be reached. But it said like if they're in the same rank, then it defrosts things, right? But we are gonna put in... Putting in the crown's an interesting idea. What if we draft the throne room while holding the crown? Maybe that's what we need to do. No, I don't know if that makes any sense. We'll just put the emerald bracelet in. Okay. Anything else for us to do? I don't think so. Is there anything we want to do outside? I'm surprised that throne room didn't have anything else in it. It feels like there should be something more you can do with it, but maybe there is, but because it seems like such a big thing, reclaim the crown. To be fair, it does kind of look like the crown which is in the high security room. I forget what it's called, the closed exhibit, right? It looks a bit like that crown. Maybe if we can steal that crown and take it to the throne room, that makes more sense. Otherwise, it seems like a very expensive room to draft for five crystals. For just room 46 access. I'm surprised it doesn't also use up the vault key after we've opened it. I guess a basement key does the same thing. Okay. I don't think there's anything else for us to do on this run, so I think we'll just call it a day here. We don't have a planetarium or something, do we? No, I don't think there's any. No room for us to particularly go into. Do you see the chess piece in throne room? I did. I saw it was a king. Which, I don't remember. I don't think there was a king piece now I think about it on the chessboard puzzle. So I assume that's relevant somehow. I don't know how, so, but... Okay. Okay, I think we'll call it a day here. I don't think there's anything else for us to buy. Or do. And that'll be enough blueprints for today. We've actually ended almost bang on 4 o'clock. 19 dead end rooms though, very, very close. But unfortunately we have no more space. So these two actually ended up being dead end rooms anyway. So what we could have done is we could have made this one a dead end room and it would have been 20. Wait. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I guess a shelter. 18, 19? Does secret passage count as a dead end, I guess? Did I miscount? Is there another dead end room I didn't count it? How do we get 19? Maybe we could have done the sweepstakes then. Huh. Because if I didn't do the showroom, if I made this a dead end, that would have been 20. Secret passage is dead end. Oh, so it was actually possible. I forgot the outer room counted. So what it would have to have been, it had to be, one of these two would have had to have been a dead end. No, we could have done it. If we made both of these dead ends on the archives and bedroom. I didn't know secret passage counted. I forgot about the outside room. And I must wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What? Why did it give us 19? I don't understand that. But if it was 19, then unless one of these rooms also counts, so one of these non-dead end rooms count as a dead end room. Because we could have replaced showroom and conservatory. We could have done it with dead end rooms. Rerolled until we found a dead end, and then that would have been 21 and we would have done it. I mean, I couldn't have known, to be fair. I don't know why, I still don't understand why it's given us 19 if we only got 18. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wait, I must count it again. 1, 2. So 1 shelter, 2 solarium, 3 clock tower, 4 storeroom, 5 guest bedroom, 6 wine cellar, 7 bunk room, 8 locksmith, 9 freezer, 10 utility closet, 11 servants' quarters, 12 walk-in closet, 13 attic, 14 coat check, 15 dormitory, 16 furnace, 17 secret passage, 18 vault. But it gave us 19. So one of these rooms must count. Maybe a vestibule also counts as a dead end room? No, it doesn't really make sense. So one of these rooms is also a dead end room, but I didn't know it counts as a dead end room. Maybe antechamber counts as a dead end room? So maybe do you always get one by default? If you make it into there? Oh, does room 46 count as a dead end room? Oh, in which case we couldn't have done it because we couldn't. No, we could have got into room 46. No, wait, what's for south? No, we could have, yeah, if I did a weight room. Lever, right? That's So, okay. If room 46, it seems, counts as a dead end. I assume if you actually open it and make it into there. So we could have actually done it. Because I didn't actually pull the lever in the weight room. But if we did that, then these two rooms could also have been turned into dead end rooms, and it would have been 21 dead end rooms, and the vestibule would give us access into our antechamber. I mean, I don't blame myself for not knowing, because I forgot about both the outer room and I didn't know room 46 counted. So it turns out we could have done the dead end challenge there, but that's fine. If it's that easy to do, we'll do it again in no time, I'm sure. Interestingly, I really didn't consider even think about room 46, but it does make a lot of sense. Anyway, we will take a break now, and then we'll come back and we'll do a bit of drawing. I think everyone, draft kitchen, draft bathroom, all good stuff, and I'll see you in 5 minutes or so. Hello again, everyone. We are vibing, we are having a good time. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes as I change this, as I save my Blueprints Clip Studio Paint thingamajig. It takes so long to save now. For file size, it must be huge. I think there's like 600 different layers in it. I didn't even bring my drawing monitor down. Here we go. Put on my glove, my art glove. Take down the task screen. I don't know why I'm saying it like this, to be honest. Okay, like this. Boom. We have a hour or so to work on the background. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, nor what kind of scheme to use, but we'll figure it out. But one thing I was going to change though is I'm pretty sure I made her eyes too small. In this, like when I was comparing what this looks like to the sketch version, I was like, it looks a bit off, but I couldn't tell why. But I'm pretty sure it's because her eye is too small. Like, I know I shrunk it, but I'm like, I think I shrunk it too much. So we're just increasing it a little bit, not a huge amount. At the end of the day, she's quite anime in proportions, I suppose. Big head, big eyes. Who am I to deny her that right? Okay, let's fill this in. Oh, does anyone remember what brush I used? I hope it's this one, which I'm already naturally using, otherwise that's going to be a bit awkward. It doesn't look like it's that one. What on earth is going on with my sketch layers? Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. That's how I done it. I was like, this is very confusing. Right. I don't know if that's the right brush. Okay, I think we'll... These ones, let's just cover it up like this. Just sort of fix up a little bit. But I probably will raise that part. Cream fur. I'll just use the airbrush because I generally don't remember what brush I used here. I mean, this is the one I have selected, but this doesn't look right. Or maybe it's because the coloration reference color's wrong. It's hard to tell. Maybe it is that brush. Like, I don't know why whoa. I wouldn't really change it, so. Okay. It's probably a bit better. I need to compare it to the sketch though. Because it doesn't feel quite the same. I think maybe her eye, this part of the eye, should sort of droop down a little bit more. Okay, I think that's fine. The silhouette we don't need to do. Let us just do the background then. So D's in here, folder, background. So this is going to be a bit up for debate. I think probably we're going to have quite a sort of bright morning sky. No, we're doing it as a sunset, right? Or do we want it as a sunrise? Interesting. Let's look for some inspiration. Let's see what people are doing photo shoots in wheat fields like. Wheat field photo shoot. And maybe we can decide from there. All of these are sunrise, and actually it's kind of like white skies, if anything. Actually, that's a sunset. Oh, golden hour. Yeah, hold on. Golden hour is a really good time to do so. A morning golden hour or the evening golden hour. Morning golden hour. So we could do a very yellowy sunrise. Maybe we can make it ambiguous if it's sunrise or sunset. We do want it sort of like a time outside of time, so maybe that's a good way to go. Okay. So let's just start with a neutral blue. Okay, well, the background. Stuff actually needs to be in the refined sketch layer. We don't need that anymore. I think it's because our iris is actually a bit smaller in the art. Maybe that's why it looks a little bit... It's a bit less like she's squinting her eyes in a sort of pitying way, maybe? Or maybe I should just take the line art and bring it down. That does look a bit better, actually. Okay. Orange sky might look good for colours. What's halfway between blue and orange? I guess a green. Maybe we can do green and orange gradient. That's a very interesting, very natural sort of. It had to be an orangey yellow glow, wouldn't it? This might be a bit difficult to get right. That might be too green. I do think we want it like near white, but not actually white. And we could put a bit of the orange glow down here. This might be too orange, it might need to be more white. The alternative, of course, is also, what if we just fully commit to sunset sky colours? That's not sunset sky. It's too vibrant, I believe. We could make it more purplish. That's usually what you do, but that makes it look more like sunset, and I don't want it to look like sunset. I want it to look outside of time. Like, is it sunrise or is it sunset? You can't tell. I do like those slightly more orangey colours, but I think this might be a better base to work off of. So we have orange here, we'll lay it up with yellow in the middle. Into faint greeny blues at the top. And probably we'll have a layer of like really dark orange at the bottom here. You won't see the rest of it, it'll be under the horizon. So the sun itself will have sort of yellowy rays. Something like this, and then it's off. Bright white here. And then I want a fingertip smudge, I think. To really bring things out. Okay, seems pretty good. Wheat field. This stuff is going to be hard, I think, to get the colour right, but... Oh, we cannot use this brush over background. It's going to take so long for us to... paint it in. Have to call it a day in the master bedroom. Thanks for the stream. See you all next week. See you, Nanword. Thank you for coming along. We'll see exactly how it goes next time. Okay, yeah, I can't use this brush over background because it's too laggy when it gets too big. So let's use opaque watercolor, I think. We'll see you next week, Nanword, if you're here. Oh, I forgot to ask if Nanword's still in Europe or not, from what I remember. Where they checked out, but alas. We'll do that next time. I can't get these colours to look right. I wonder if I should be making a more vibrant golden hour wheat field. Yeah, that's kind of colours I want. Okay, I definitely want it more red and more orange then. I want a burnt umber really at the back here. So we'll really be drawing it just like we draw grass. Maybe transparent watercolour is better because this doesn't taper. It's gonna take forever. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. This is a silly way to do it. Get real for a second, D. Dear? I see what you're going for with ambiguous sky. I imagine like a dark late night, early morning sky. But I like these colours. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see where to take them. I just like I feel like I've done sunset or sunrise maybe a couple of times. I don't actually know if that's true or not. Maybe I haven't, but I definitely want this piece to feel a bit off. Is probably what I'd say. Not off as in like badly drawn, but like there's like a, I'm not sure if eeriness is the right word, but like a bittersweet melancholy, which feels like is sort of hiding behind. These sort of things. I also think it might be reversed. I think the closer wheat fields might be darker than the back ones. We might be doing a reverse of what we usually do for shading, which is going to be very weird. Anyway, I'm just setting the basis, so again, I don't need it to be that accurate. Probably what I'll do though is I'll probably do something like this instead of drawing each individual thing, and then we can sort of start mixing what it looks like. And we can also probably have these sort of be dappled, I say, not completely covered, with a bright light behind them. And then we probably want a bit of texture. I should not be doing it with this darker brush. It's not a foreground. And probably this refined sketch layer also needs to be like way less intense. So it's going to be harder, I think, to draw the closer ones. But something, I think, along these lines, just sort of get the vibe across. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the most exact wheat field drawing. Expectation is this is a wheat field I can draw in an hour, so I'm basically just drawing it like grass. Which needs to have like bunches of grains which are close and bunches which are far away. A bunch is grouped by shading and not. And then the near wheat fields will actually draw properly rendered. But this stuff, I need some darker wheat as well. This will be the darkest sort of burnt amber. Fields like this, which just need to have a silhouette of wheat. But these other ones which actually need the fine detail. But this is the ones which give out, there's a sort of vibe of it slipping away. You know? I mean, just out of reach. Hello, Fadian. Nice Hollow Knight badge you got there. Have you been playing more Silksong today? How's that been going? Okay, then with this, now we can get in that sort of dappled lighting, especially at the tip ends of a wheat. I think this is also a thing where the entire background should be blurry if you wanted to make it feel more like a dreamscape. Now we need a near field here. Which needs to be a bit bigger and a bit more textured, but not as textured as these front portions. And also probably needs to be a bit more in between when it comes to colour texture. We'll essentially do this. Make sure there's none of those brush strokes we can see. But then also have it be a bit darker as well. Probably this foreground stuff might actually need to be even darker. That's wrong field, wrong layer. We need some dappled light to come down. Foreground itself can have a few more sort of very dark spots. A few more brighter spots as well. Thanks, might play some in a bit. I've been in bed. Like this foreground wheat. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Take the day at your own pace. No need to start the day off immediately with some Hollow Knight. We're chilling, we're having a good time. When the fields are golden wheat. I think this near wheat probably is going to skew less red. This skews a bit too red at the moment. Okay, and when I think of a far wheat, I can also probably put some other sort of bunches of different shades. Might even want to have this be even taller, to be honest. Okay, that's pretty good. I think this sells the point of what we're going for. Let's try and put a bit more orange in the sky. Maybe we can actually skew everything. So I want the sky to be a bit more white than I think green necessarily. So maybe it's okay that we're not using as much green. If we're shifting away from the initial plan, that's fine. We need a bit of improvisation sometimes, you know? But we certainly need a bit more orangey red tones, I think, to be able to have the sun have a bit more of a discretion against the background. Discretion? Less discretion, sorry. Fields of gold. I do want touches of green though. Of the sky. So it'd be a yellowy green, not full on green. In a very sort of wispy way. In a way that doesn't quite make sense. In a way that makes you go, am I dreaming in a prismatic colour? You can have probably small touches of pink in here as well. No, we should keep it with these warm colours, I think. Sorry, not that pink isn't a warm colour. Sorry, I meant these golden colours. And then with the sun, I want to have very thin streaks of very bright white light coming. As if she would disappear at any moment. Might even want clouds, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see what we can do to make them look good. Because the default is that you always use purple clouds for this, but that will very much give a sunset feeling, which is not exactly what I'm here for. So we might go with very faint. Green clouds. It's more of an encroaching cloud line, I think. Maybe we could write a bit of purple in there. Just a bit like this. It looked like very ambiguous clouds, which is, I guess, what I'm going for. Change some of these cloud shapes a little bit. I don't really like this one, but this one looks pretty good. Try and do it a bit better. Sky's looking great. Are you going to add whirling texture to her? Though I guess she's going to be heavily backlit. Something that happens in my dreams when I'm lucid is I would zoom in on the skies, signs of a sky or further details and realise they are nonsense. I'm not sure what you mean by whirling texture. Do you mean like the clothing faults? Like whirling texture. The nonsense rendering is a fun idea. Or like nonsense details. I'm not sure if I can use that fully to justify everything, but I like the idea of it, of doing it, or trying to at least do it in a way which feels slightly off, like starry skies. No, it's just chatting. Am I gonna add like starry skies texture to her? I apologise, I still don't think I quite understand. Or like starry night. I don't think I'm gonna put like stars in the sky. I don't think. Just in an effort to keep it more ambiguous with timing, or whatever this is. I think a wheat field actually also needs to rotate. Like I think I've done the horizon lines like no, slightly wrong. Like obviously it's meant to be kind of like sunrise or sunset, but which one is unsure. Actually, no, I think it's fine. Oh, the whirling and impressionism textures. I got it. Like, okay, like Starry Night. Like Van Gogh Starry Night. I see. That's an interesting idea. I probably won't, I think, for this one. I think probably, if anything, I'm going to soften up all the shading and highlighting a lot by this one. Interesting idea, though. Hello, MSMX. Sorry, just blowing my nose. I've had a bit of a runny nose and a bit of a scratchy throat, so I think I might be coming down with a cold, but I don't know. But Y2K. You know what? Honestly, when you hit 2K episodes, I didn't know either till the video came out. Very much crept up on me. It was very random. I didn't. Just when I was titling, I was like, "What? You got the sick too now?" But apparently so. I don't know if it's the same sickness that everyone else got. It's very delayed if it is, but quite possibly. But I'm just gonna pretend I'm not sick, and we'll continue onwards. That's my goal. Am I sick? No. I'm just gonna gaslight myself into thinking I'm not sick. I mean, I won't be sick. So this is so weird, but I kind of want to draw these windmills in with the airbrush to make them feel very sort of like they don't actually exist. This one might be a bit too close, maybe let's up. So I wouldn't, by every normal mean, I would be like, don't use the airbrush for absolutely everything. But this is I'm breaking the rule. Would it make it look worse? Probably in a way, but it will probably deliver on the vibe, I think, a bit better. At least that's my hope. Just make it feel a bit scribbly, a bit out of place, a bit like what is going on. So it doesn't quite make sense. I'm getting pretty congested myself. I'm sure if it's seasonal allergies or generally coming down with something. We're getting into the season of sickness now, so certainly you will not be alone in any of the sufferings you have. Is this a DeerDarling in the Gladiator movie? I've not actually seen Gladiator, so I don't know necessarily what that vibe is like. I'm guessing there must be a scene which is similar to it in the Gladiator movie. But I don't know it, I'm sorry to say. Oh, that's wrong. Brush. Sorry, not wrong brush, wrong colour. Are you referring to the trailer? I see it, to a poster. I thought it was spring and summer. Autumn is flu season. Scene where he dreams after finding out about his family. It's less than ideal fate. Ah, okay. Well, D doesn't strike me as much as a gladiator. But, I mean, if it's a dream sequence, then I think that's exactly the vibe we're going for here. Oh, that's actually an interesting idea. What if I do, like, after images on it by shading over outlines with a... Probably be better just to duplicate the layer and do a faint, wiggly sort of outline. Okay. That's an interesting idea. I might try that. On that bit, we're gonna shade in the windmill. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. Because, I mean, all of it's going under the blur anyway. Probably the smart thing would be to put some texture on the side of a windmill like this, but again, we don't need to do anything too crazy. Just give some brick texture. Something simplistic. Just to evoke the understanding of the viewer what is going on. Even if it doesn't make full sense. Something like that. Okay, and then we need the actual windmill part itself, which will take as a sort of bright looking canvas probably. I said once that when you point out you might be sick, you end up being sick for next episode. Is this why you're gaslighting yourself? Yeah. I just, you know, I believe in the power of self-belief. That if I just say, you know, if I admit to being sick, then I'm gonna be sick. So if I just live in denial and I'm like, I'm not sick, I might be on something. I'll just will it out of existence. I do believe that your sick does influence into actually getting sick, but actual viruses or whatever is still the main cause. Yeah. I would like to clarify. I still take a very scientific, pragmatic view on this. I'm not going to pretend I have like some sort of superpower to ignore being sick. If I just believe it hard enough. As nice as that might be. I thought it can be dangerous ableism, but I get what you mean. Mood is important to health. Okay, yes. Just to clarify, it was only intended as a statement in jest of focusing on the denial rather than of my own reality rather than anything else. I'm just okay enough to stream at the moment, so I continued on. Okay, let's do this. And then we probably want the mill frame. Kind of like insect wings. I wonder if we should put some insects in here. Okay, probably get rid of this sketch though now. Very faint shading here, then we can do some more brighter shading. This might be a bit of a bad tangent, depending on how I choose to keep this drawing. So I think probably let's erase that slightly. And let's make this windmill portion a bit thicker, just so it comes out a bit more. It doesn't make such a crazy tangent. It's still kind of a crazy tangent. Let's make it come out even more, so then. Okay. That's pretty good. And then I want to put like dragonfly silhouettes in or something. I think that'd be a fun one to do. I'll probably, you know, I'll draw them in and then I'll blur them, I think, afterwards. So take that, Gaussian blur, crease up to like a what, 20? What is going on? No. Placebo effect, things stem from Deer's video on placebo, funny enough, it's been a lot of treatment that was placebo. Now some weird treatments can cause a I have no reason to work. It's kind of sad or bittersweet watching a 2K episode, thinking back to previous celebrations and progression of a channel. Doesn't mean I'm very you know. Aw. I'm sorry to hear so. How do you find it sad? No, that's a good question. I shouldn't feel that way about demons how things were in some way. Things are supposed to change for you and you're really busy now. It's all good. You mean like when I used to do things like the holiday thumbnail arts or the special videos? You know, I understand. And I don't think it's necessarily wrong to feel a sadness for things changing and things being different in a sense. But, you know, as life is, life continues forward. Yeah, and as you say, things are meant to change. As situations or circumstances are different, doesn't mean things like that can't be recreated in one way or another. Unfortunately for myself at the moment, it's a bit difficult due to the busyness, but I don't think, you know, I don't think you're necessarily wrong to feel that way. It is a shame to see things like that come and go. Whoa, I was like, why is it so blurry? And then I was like, okay, that's because I put it on 2000 instead of 20. Okay, I don't think I want the sun to be blurry. So probably actually what we will do is we'll take the windmills and we'll make them only them blurry. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Something like that. Now everything feels faint and vague. Yeah, the little things. Even in the content, I used to tap in more often. Like streams I knew result about. Yes. Oh, sorry, wait, hold on. I just read with two different people. It says this for the same person. Things I don't know. Yeah, change can be scary and sad, and it's okay to feel like that, but there's plenty to be happy about, like the streams and new results out of that. Yeah, the little things, even in the content I used to tap in more often. Even if it was a weird nonsense Animal Crossing topic, I still enjoyed it, but it feels more removed now in some way. Yeah, I mean, it is removed, I suppose. Like, in the end of the day, I think a core thing, which is sort of, even if I do go back to doing more similar things to I did back then in content, I think a very unchanging, or very big changed part of it is the fact that I'm a different person than I was 5 years ago. You know, I feel like I've certainly changed a decent amount in the last, like, 5-6 years, which might be difficult to recreate that in a way. But in the same way, you know, as Fadian says, it gives rise to different sort of things. In a way, you know, I approach, I guess, the Animal Crossing videos a bit differently than I did back in the day. Back in the day, if anything, I would say it feels more forced in my mind, because I was like, think of a topic, try and make it go for half an hour. Or now it's a bit more casual, I suppose. Because I think it's sort of, you know, the stream itself fills up a lot of the discussion style sort of topics. While Animal Crossing now I use more of as a platform to be like, let's actually make this a proper sort of video diary in a way. And I just mainly talk about things which happen to me recently. But I understand, I get it. Some things, even as time goes on, some things cannot be captured again and some things can. If anything, it makes you appreciate those times, those moments a bit more. Because I guess if they were permanent, then perhaps they wouldn't be as special. That's what they say. Does that apply to everything? No, I don't think so, and I think your mileage may vary when it comes to that, but if anything, I think Animal Crossing is the most representative of growth for myself in a way. I don't really watch the previous old videos, but I'm sure if I did, I would look back and be like, oh, you know. It's nice to see a glimpse of who I was back then. That's, I think, what keeps Animal Crossing still so special to me. If the changes are a natural part of it, because the changes are a natural part of documenting myself and my journey through life over the years. And I wouldn't want it to be anything but that, I guess. I'm not saying that you are against that or anything. I'm just, I guess, sharing my own perspective on it. Happy in Paradise videos too. I'm still enjoying what you have to offer, even if I stop watching the streams. I still wish you the best. Oh, thank you. You know, I mean, I think a big part as well is you've probably also changed. At the same time, I have as well. There's just different things that maybe you're seeking, I'm seeking. Like, in the same way that like different channels you used to watch no longer produce the same type of content. I think there's nothing wrong with being like, I used to like what it was before. But still wish the best for what it will be. Very few things last forever, unfortunately. For better or for worse, this too shall pass. I've changed of course, but it does seem to be more prominent in the recorded content. Maybe more to me than the others though. I think probably because you've been around here for a very long time. It's a bit... I came round right before year 3, I think. Very strong year, in my opinion. You know, fair enough. I'm not going to rob you of that opinion. I'm not going to say that you're wrong or anything like that, because I don't think it is right or wrong. It's all reflective, I suppose, and dependent on the times. What it means to you, how it resonates with you, you know. There have been many different viewers I've seen, like, that were here, like, right in the beginning, you know, the first couple of years. I still remember some of their names, but they've not checked in for a long time and not the comments. I haven't seen them in the comments or anything like that. Probably they've moved on to different things, probably because as the content evolved, it no longer suited something that they were looking for. Maybe circumstances of life change, I don't know. but there's been plenty of new people who come and gone. In my mind, I suppose it's always been me, I suppose, on this journey, and people come and go as they please, in a way, kind of like life, I suppose, in a sense. You know, there are very few ways, I suppose, I expect people to, well, don't expect, I suppose, anyone to stay from the start all the way to the end. That's crazy, I think, in a sense. But what I do expect is, you know, as in the nature of very temporary things that we end up doing, is that people come, stick around for a bit, for as long as it entertains them, and they go somewhere else, you know. That's why I think that's kind of like why the origin of the phrasing that I use of like, thank you for coming along with this journey, you know. It's not like, thank you for, you know, continuing with me, I suppose, this entire thing. You know, at the end of each Let's Play, that's the end of one of a journey. You know, that might be the end of the road for a certain viewer on this channel, or maybe it will inspire you to check out others. Sometimes it'll be in the middle, sometimes it'll be in the end. Sometimes it'll only be for a couple of weeks, and sometimes you might stick around for years. But I guess I always come in with a sort of melancholic understanding that this is not, and probably never will be, forever. And that's okay. You know, I'm enjoying it while it lasts. And I hope that in the time period that people do stick around for, however long, however short, it at least makes a difference to them, in a way. Brings them happiness, brings them something to talk about. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Welcome back. For people who do return, hope to see each other again. It's a hope, it's not a demand or promise. Goodbye for now. You know, until the next time. Maybe I'll check in many years later. Do you not think people can stick around in life? Of course people change, but hopefully change together. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I'm not saying this applies to everything. This is more on the broader scope that you will meet hundreds of people throughout your life. How many of them will stay from the start to the very end is, I don't know. That's dependent on each person to person. But I think it's more that there is no expectation around that. The expectation is for whatever time it makes sense, people will stay around. And then different circumstances can come up for everyone. That may mean that people go, people come, and people go. And it is sad. I'm not going to deny that it isn't sad to see people leave. Or anything like that. I'm not going to deny that it's sad to slowly fall out of touch or to see someone less and less. But at the same time, I guess I approach it from the understanding that I don't want to have people be beholden, I suppose, to the idea that, you know, even if I'm like really good friends with them, and like maybe the example would be like, if I'm really good friends with them, but they like see this opportunity, which means, you know, for example, perhaps this is quite relevant, I suppose, to both of us, they might move to a different country. I don't want to deny them of their choice, because their journey through life is different. Some journeys run parallel for long, long times, from the start to the end, and some journeys criss and cross, and they'll be reconvening in some way or another. I guess I kind of believe in the fact that even if the journeys diverge or divulge in certain ways, that doesn't mean there isn't some inherent connection there. There isn't some way they can meet up again, or there isn't some way that, even if the definitions of what we're travelling together might change, that companionship or impact upon both the journeys still remains. And that to me is, I guess, the special part. Not necessarily the literal presence the entire time, but the lasting impact that someone can have on life. Like, this is so random, but this reminds me of a Genshin Impact quest for Citlali, if anyone's done it, which I think basically completely encapsulates how I feel and think, is that it's not so much about the constant vividness that someone brings to your life. I mean, that's lovely, and in the time appreciative, it's wonderful and it's beautiful, but it's about the lasting colour that it's left on your life after it goes as well. You know, we're all blank canvases and we all bring our own colour, and we paint each other's lives in different ways and influence and affect the moods, change the direction. Whether that be with permanent ink or whether that be something that can be erased, I don't know. It's up to you to define that. And by you, I mean both of you. Relationships are two ways, I suppose, in every which way. And every single one can be as beautiful as the last. Do you, yeah, one of your friends lives outside of the UK. Yes, actually, a couple of friends. But what I'm vaguely referring to is that we had a friend. Both me and Rodian have this mutual friend who did live in the UK, but she has since moved to America. And she's having a great time there. And obviously it's very sad because, you know, I don't see her very often. I don't talk to her very often. She's also not the type to respond to messages very quickly. And that's coming from me, who's also not that great at responding to messages. But, I mean, I think about, like, the influence she's had on my life. And I think about the times that, obviously, our journeys crisscross and we meet up again. You know, we've met up, like, quite a few times since then. You know, it's been, like, what, 3-4 years or something? And we met up maybe 2 or 3 times? Is that as much as how I used to meet up with her? No, of course not. But it's, I guess, the cost of me losing that more permanent connection in a way is worth the sacrifice, because her journey can come to a way that she wished, you know. Her journey, you know, she probably had to make a very difficult choice, of course, you know, leave behind her friends here and move or not. And I would want her to make that choice guilt-free, I guess. Because, I mean, with our friendship, you know, things can preserve through many different situations and scenarios anyway. Not very great at responding to messages, as we've seen. I have recently, at least, gone through, like, I think 4 months ago to 2 months ago comments. So I'm basically reading through all of them. I probably won't respond to all of them, because I'm like, it feels a bit weird to respond to a comment from 4 months ago. But I'm basically heartening them just to be like, yes, I have seen this. I've acknowledged it. So yeah. It's melancholic, it's bittersweet. But there will be other things in the future. There'll be other people. Not that she replaces, but that she be other people in the future which also have a place in my life, in my heart, that she also once took. That's why I only got one-hearted. Yeah. I probably, probably won't be responding to any of the comments from very long ago. Unless there's something which I'm like, I can think of in the moment. But I am reading them. I mean, you have this forum, I suppose, to talk to me, so I feel like it kind of changes things. Yeah. Gotta let them go on their journey. Entire world is full of hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, I guess, of journeys. All interweaving in a beautiful tapestry in some way. I am but a single thread of that. I'm neither the entire artwork, nor just a portion. I am both. I'm both, I guess. But yeah, I know you commented about, like, this is like the sort of sad musings you like to do. I think this is like, and I like to also do these sort of very melancholic style musings. I think a lot of that is like genuinely just like what I believe as well. I do like how she's happy, but it's lonely. And that is, it's the painful sting of having something mean so much to you. Which in its own right is a beautiful reminder of the importance it had. You already done? I am already done. I am sticking more strictly, I think, to the 3 hours stream today. Mainly because since I have a sore throat coming on, I don't want to speak forever. I was going to relate it to the other thing I plan to talk about. If it's a big topic, you can save it for next week. Otherwise, I mean, I'll probably hang around here for about 5-10 more minutes, we'll see. Get your thinking caps on if there's anyone you want to raid. But yeah, I'm not doing we got a like 5-hour stream today. It's too much, I think, on my throat. I've enjoyed listening to the Deer Wisdom. I'm glad to hear so, you know. Wisdom can be shared through a lot of different people's perspectives, I think, is a great part of it. I'm not going to pretend that I have any perspective more worthy of someone's praise than someone else's life perspective. But I am glad at least I can share my own and other people can theirs too. It's just it's the way things are. Life is both the happiest and the saddest thing that we'll ever do. Either way, did you read the chapter about album concepts I put in the Discord? I did not. You know what? I'll do that now. I saw the message and then I was like, this is a lot. I'll read it later, and then I didn't read it later. Where was it? It was in the music channel, wasn't it? You made a thread, I think. Because I saw a bit of it, like it was, at least the one about Slushy was like, I'm building these concepts, and I thought it was cool. I didn't know Slushy even had like a lore thing, and I know that is pretty common with VTubers, right? It's a lot of VTubers, like, their avatars have lore. I mean, I guess Dee also has lore, which I don't know if I'll share one day or another. If anything, she's got a very bittersweet background too, I suppose. I love my bittersweet stories, I think. So it's unsurprising. A lot of my characters tend to have like melancholic backstories. Anyway, 2 of them relate in theme to what we're talking about. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second then. I think you're very much right. I try to remind myself and think somewhere in between. The concepts are interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. You know, I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I don't have moments where I'm just like, this sucks, everything is terrible, makes me feel sad, lonely. But, I mean, that's a way of life, you know. I'm surrounded by people who care and love me. I'm appreciative of my lot in life as well, so in the moments when I'm not feeling, you know, so down and out of it, it's nice to, I think, revel in the life I have right now. Neon Wolf is like a good one, but can be higher energy. Been a while since I've watched. Anyway, sorry, let me read these things. Content of a viewer, streamer, as artists inspired by aesthetics. I conjured up in the view of streamer / years and what I may call the Dreams trilogy. So I like being hours in between of his acts of discography. A theoretical discography. Inspired more by a more personal policing. I want to separate a character from her as a person, but she has planned some more songs in the past. Fun thought experiment, if anything. That's very multifaceted, moves when you dig a lot. Dream Team. What least deeply about Slushy's main vibe, fun, playful. Don't you think very Sabrina Gardner? Inspiration, realistic start to discovering Discog given a position. More cringe direction for Honest from China 9, so she makes have a nicer team's involvement. I made mistakes, I make it absolutely nothing. Obviously, downside, I've got a dream. This seems to be just good dream too. Just, I don't know, just think of his page bloom. I see, so these are like conceptual inspirations from Slushy? And who she has as a character question mark or a person? I guess that's the distinction between the separation between the two. Reminiscence, just dream cloud aesthetics. No, I in dream. Right, so okay, so this is like theoretical discography releases. in if she had well, maybe she does have a musical career, I don't know. Interesting. Slash wave. Okay. Dark force and bringing out inside of her inspirations, leaning more into indie rock. Feature below. Do nothing of it, which is a conversation of a goo monster inside her, a manifestation of all of humanity's negativity. Interesting. I actually kind of like this concept. This is like a thing that I do as well, which I think is why I gravitate to these theoretical characters of mine often being like idols or pop stars in a way, is because I like having the idea of a discography mapping along their story journey as well. But also I think that discography alone sometimes isn't enough for me personally to be able to tell a story with. Maybe because I'm not a good enough musical artist. So this is absolutely something I do as well with my characters. Well, I don't think to a level of you do, because you have a much better musical knowledge than I do. It's very cool though. I don't know enough about Slushy, I think, to really comment on a lot of this, but well, no, to comment on like how well it might represent her or slash her character, but I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, theoretical releases. She has one parody song and talked about other plans, that's it. Yeah, it's about Slushy's character, but there's some influence of her more personal details. Interesting. Have you ever considered being a writer? You know, I feel like you'd be very good at making your own characters and having discography as well. I'm not saying that you should not do this with Slushies as well, but I'm very interested, like, if you started from a blank slate of like making my own character, what story do you want to tell? Because the thing which is, I always think about these when like I have my own characters with their stories. A lot of the time, I think it's a reflection of me of being like, what story am I trying to tell? What story do I want to tell? Which I think is harder necessarily to do with a character who already exists, or who with a story which already exists, because you don't get to control, I suppose, every aspect of the story. So I'm actually very, very curious what you would do from a blank slate. I've read it for school before. I find it hard to create my own character, but that's totally fair, you know, fair enough. In some ways, you kind of have created a character, even if it's started from the branch that is Slushy, you know? Because, well, I don't know necessarily how well you know Slushy in every aspect of like her personal life or something, but this is kind of like, this kind of has branched on top of into your own character in a way. I like building on top of existing characters, made a script for Animal Crossing: New Horizon characters too. To be fair, I think quite a few of my characters started from the inspiration of one character. Like, I don't know. It's just a fun thing to do. If any ways, I wish I had a wider musical palette to be able to build these conceptual discographies. I think a lot what I end up doing is if I'll listen to a song and be like, oh yeah, I kind of do it in reverse, I suppose. I have a character and I hear a song, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, this is like this character during this part of their character arc or something. I haven't followed for that long. I'm really more locked in during a meow-a-thon with subathon. I think people start with fanfiction more before making their characters. Yeah, like, I mean, my characters, like, I think technically originally started as inspirations from like the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic characters, in some ways. Technically, I can't remember what they started as definitely 4 of them before that, but I don't remember what 4. And then My Little Pony Friendship is Magic came out, and then they became 6. And then I sort of branched into my own ones later on. It's like you start with an arc. It's kind of like starting with like a clay mold, I suppose. You know, it starts with a vague shape in one direction or whatever. When you can shape and mold and tweak it until it becomes your very own. Take aspects of characters to make a new one. Exactly. That's a beauty. That's what making characters. That's why making characters is so fun. I do try and find songs on my playlist that would fit certain character sounds, so I have something to pick from when I eventually start making the music. That's pretty cool. Do you have any other of these others, like theoretical discographies? Like not just for slashies, I suppose. I mean like for other characters. You said you did it for Animal Crossing. Making music now. You heard Rodian. Come on, get to it, MSMX. Oh, you did tag me. Oh yes, Man's Best Friend. I did listen to Sabrina's album, Man's Best Friend, after that stream. I think none of it really like settled in and hit me the same way that other ones did. But no, I don't know if you have like more characters with theoretical discographies. I think that's always interesting to share. Why not? That's kind of like what it's for. I can do more rap-based projects since just beats and more simplistic lyrics. Have a rage and club-based one for Angel Dust. I wonder what one for D would be. That'd be an interesting one. Oh well. I was hoping to share amongst other D&D players, but they didn't seem too into it. I think there's not many as supremely character-focused players in our campaigns as much. Again, we have quite a wide palette of things which interest people, I suppose, in D&D, which makes it a bit more difficult. Some stuff for CCRta and stuff based off of you, okay, but not a whole lot written down. I mean, I'd be very curious to hear about my own ones. Or I suppose these ones? I don't know if you're basing it off me or the character. I don't even know what that'd be. I lost the plot in your musical taste a little bit. Fair enough. Yeah, I kind of want to do character chats together and exercise, but people aren't so into it. Yeah, that's okay. Found people from other campaigns that do talk about it. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you gotta. It's a mix of both. A form of D shaped by your voice. Huh. You know what? Yeah, like, please do share at some point. Part of me is like fascinated by it. I guess because it's about me in a way. And if anything, it's kind of reflective, I suppose, on what people interpret me as. So more your person than personality. I think that's probably fair, probably because D is actually quite different, or I would say reasonably different in personality from me. At least my imagining of her. I'm very curious about it now. You fit in a lot of different styles too. It's hard to whittle down something. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know what style of music I would think I would fit in, like as a person. Because D is easy. D is absolutely some sort of poppy based thing. Myself though, I always imagine some sort of ballad like things. Have we spoken about this? I mean, we might have spoken about this before. Ballad or some sort of. I can see myself having some sort of like synth heavy, like sorry, not like synth heavy, not like electronic dance music or something, but like some retro synth wave sort of thing. Synth wave, right word? I don't remember. Sorry, I don't quite remember the exact classifications of these types of genres. But I can certainly see a lot of my sort of songs having a sense of melancholy. You're thinking of running up that hill, right? Running up a hill? Okay, let me think. Yeah, I think running up that hill is the right direction. I think it's not quite the thing I'm trying to like drill into, but something like that. I said something about going back and forth between melancholy and EDM bangers. That's interesting. Well, if I picture my own theoretical discography, I can't imagine there being many high up, like not upbeat, but like high energy songs. I can imagine like some sort of like jazz sort of thing being in there. Wait, no, you said that, not me. Oh, I said that? Okay. I don't remember saying that in the slightest. EDM bangers. I mean, I suppose if I were to pick a high energy genre, I wonder what I had in mind when I said that. Maybe I was in more of an energetic mood at that moment, so I was like, I need something to reflect this. Or maybe not. I don't know what my own imagination meant by EDM bangers, because the only thing I can think of right now is like club, like high techno sort of style music, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. But I probably meant something else. Check back a 1000th episode video comments. I believe you. I probably just can't remember what I meant by that. Maybe some sort of clubby music. Actually, you know what? I can kind of feel it. Maybe it's because I'm not in a high energy mood at the moment, but it feels strange to say. I was starting to pick up it too. I mean, fair enough. Anyway, you suggested someone to raid. Who is it? Neon Wolf. Let's check them out. What are they doing? What are they up to? Neon Wolf. Please do not. Oh, we raided them before, didn't we? I think so. Like I recognize them. September goals. We've got some subscription-based goals. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember all that. I think I'm connecting more with ballads and R&B. At least the main sound, experimentation and different themes will come around. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I trust your instincts more than mine in this. I think what you might be looking for is something like Random Access Memories Daft Punk's album. Actually, probably Daft Punk. I can absolutely see me meaning something like Daft Punk. Because I can see something like Get Lucky being my theoretical discography. Random Access Memories. What's in this one? Random Access Memories. I know like nothing about albums themselves and what songs are in there, so let's see. Daft Punk. Do I know any of these songs? Track listing. Get Lucky. Okay, there you go. I mean, so I think that's probably what I meant, eh? 6 years jazz and soul as a plan. I think Chicken Please inspired. I can see that. She was talking about Marshmallow and Clean Bandit in the Q&A. Oh, this sounds like songs no, Clean Bandit. Can I see that in my discography? I think so. Okay. I think it's just when I read EDM now, I was picturing, I wasn't thinking Marshmallow and Clean Bandit. Marshmallow seems a bit strange, I think, for myself, but Clean Bandit, I can see some of them working. Like Rather Be. That I can see something like that in my theoretical discography. I like Lose Yourself to Dance. I don't think I know this one. I know the title though. I probably should have changed the topic to just chatting, seeing as that's what we're doing now, but okay. Enough. I need to record an Animal Crossing video and some other videos. I don't think I have 1,000 times Resist video coming out, so let us raid, immediately forgot his name, Neon Wolf. I'll send you over there, and you have a great time doing... I don't really know what is going on, but looking at a roller coaster, it looks like. So let's see. Neon Wolf. Here you go. Start raid. Okay. Okay, chill. I got so much yap out. It's alright. You can always share things in Discord. Take care, dear friends. Reacting, I guess. Take care. Okay, so I'll run this 1 minute ad break, and then once it's done, send people over. If you have ad block on, you'll be here. This is the secret recording now. It's the final 1 minute ad. But yes, I should have said bye before I ran the advert, because now if you can't hear me even, you're not going to hear me say bye. I didn't think that through in the slightest. I'm just watching Neon Wolf right now on mute. Look at all these like crash zooms he's got. So expressive. How do people do this, or like streaming and VTubing? They just have like a reaction mood board, which they switch to. Probably. I don't even know if this advert's going to finish by the time. Anyway. Well, if you can hear me, thank you very much for coming along. I hope we can see each other in the next stream. So until next time, bye-bye for now. Thank you all for coming along. Type it in chat, just so people know. Okay. Raid now. Oh wait, it might perfectly sync up this advert. Maybe I'll be able to say goodbye. Oh, we have 10 seconds. Oh, I'm back. Thank you all for coming along. Stop streaming, stop recording. Okay. Let's see, are we raiding? I don't know. We are raiding. Okay, stop recording.